know you're crazy, but I only wanna be with you. You think I'm shady cause I'm out here trying to make some moves, but it ain't like that. Just know that I'll be right back. I'll give you all my time just to let you know you're mine. It ain't nothing. Promise I'ma do it all to give you something. This love I got is only for you. You're my comfort, my future husband. I'ma give you all my heart, yeah, all of it, yeah. Baby, I know that I gotta come fix it. You the only nigga that I be missing. Swear I'm coming home to give you the business. Turn off my phone, it can leave me a message. I'ma just cover your body with kisses, kisses. Rub your body down, you know that I miss it, miss it.
Glasses in the air, toast to a higher power. Cause what you tuning into right now,
sit down.
It's Lito's happy hour. Lito's happy hour, this is where it's at. Raw and uncut, we giving real facts. Educating, entertaining all the people. And when it come to podcasts, it ain't nothing equal. Giving people knowledge they can put in action. All the way authentic, we ain't never capping. Exclusive interviews cause we ain't never lacking. The other niggas talking and we bout the action. Glasses in the air, toast to a higher power. This is Lito's happy hour.
Headache is the man, baby. How you get that name? You dribble so fast, bounce the ball off your head. You got the headache now, baby. That's why he got his name, Headache.
He will shake you, bake you, and rake you over the coals. You will have a frozen amdubula oblongata. Do you understand what I'm saying? You will have a contusion. It's more than a headache. You will have a hematoma. That's what he engenders in all. A hematoma. And listen, you know why I say it like this? Because I can't dance and it's too much to plow. So I gotta talk out here this way. That's what I got to do.
Tell me why ain't nothing but a headache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache.
Right there for you. Long step one.
Take what you want.
Kick it.
Take everything. Take what you want. Take what you want. That I change.
All the way through.
My number so you can explain.
Sure.
Running like that back there.
Balance in the night.
All the way through. Hold up.
Balance in the night.
Y'all shooting. You making one shot and shoot one shot. I gotta shoot 3, 4, 5 in a row. Because if I tell them to come and make one shot, that's easy. If I say you come make 2 shots, easy for you. Now it's about being in a row. Because in the game, your shot comes in a row.
Yeah, it's like
You know,
punches. We were just talking about it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you might come down, you hot, you might run a pin down for you, you get one. Now I might run an opposite for you, you get another one, you get a short shot. Now I might run, pistol, and now you probably get a deep 3. You know what I'm saying? So this game, for you, for y'all two, it's different for y'all, because y'all can just shot in one.
Guess we going down. Guess who going to jail? Guess who going to jail tonight? Guess who's going to jail tonight?
Welcome to Happy Hour with Lito. I am your host. Today I got a special guest with me. This guy is somebody that when I was in high school and I enjoyed Streetball, like, you know what I'm saying, all my friends knew that this guy was the guy that I enjoy watching. Tim Gittens, aka Headache. What's going on, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me here.
This is real nostalgic for me, bro, because when we was in high school, the tape just came out and they were selling them at like Champs, $20 or Foot Action, one of those.
Foot Action.
They always was sold out. So me and my boys used to call up there every week. And then one day they was like, we got 2 left. I'm like, yo, hold one. And I'm coming up there and grabbing that, bro. And we watched that, man. I think it was the first tape. And then they did up to the third tape. And yeah, I had every last one, VHS.
I appreciate that. Nah, it's definitely love. We talk about it. We talk about it often. And we talk about the fact that if we'd had social media in this era, like I had 1 million followers on my website when I started up my second year on tour, just to be able to give back to kids and be able to have some type of place of contact. And I had over 2 million people on my website from all over that didn't know how to get in contact with us. So I can imagine if I had social media right now, like it just,
it'd be crazy.
Like, oh. And then we went out to do the tape things. I remember when we did that. Then we did foot action. If you buy a piece of clothing, the mixtape was free. Yep. So I remember being in the store, and I think I signed for like 2 hours because they bought everything. We cleaned the whole corner out, like socks. I don't even think they wanted the gear. They just wanted the tape. Like,
yeah, facts. Facts. I had shoes though. I bought the shoes. I think it might have been the first. I can't remember what was the name of it. It was black and gray.
The KGs.
Yeah.
Black and gray with the man on the tongue.
Yeah. I had them.
I got those in the closet.
I had them, and bro, listen. I respected your game because I could look at you right away and tell like he can do some tricks, but he can play basketball for real. So, is it true you got your name based off of like you was killing and then somebody threw some aspirin or something like that on the court?
Well, it was actually before that. My name was like I was deemed it before that, but that actually was me playing against Skip in Baisley Park, and that actually situation was actually written up in the I have the article somewhere in New York Post where it was like it's a tournament called Baisley's, one way in, one way out. We used to play all the time. His name Eddie's coach named Eddie Gregg. I used to go up there and rock out. One of the top tournaments in Queens. I used to play with the Lost Boys, with Charles Mann, jump out the gym, got NBA tryouts, Jason Bell. We had a stat crew. So we used to before I got named Headache, when I was playing out there, they used to call me the Wizard because I used to have like 19 assists and we have 20 dunks. And that's when I started. That's when I started bouncing off the glass and all kinds of dunking the ball. I really started getting my hops. And so we played. They called a game, and they stopped all the games. Usually, be like 4 or 5 games before the main night game. And they stopped every game that day. Literally stopped every game that day for me to play against Skip. And it's like when me and Skip were still battling each other, and like we was young, and they stopped every game. They brought him, Garbage, so he just passed away last year from COVID. Dave Edwards, that played Texas A&M, they brought, because he's from Queen, they brought Dave Edwards. They brought, Skip was the main one. They brought another guard. I forgot who that was. We had our crew. Man, it was packed wall to wall. Skip came down. He shook a couple of us, and they was going crazy. And then the play date came out, and I shook him something crazy. And then aspirin just started coming on the court. Only in the hood.
That's crazy.
Where people go buy aspirins. And at first I know the aspirin's probably bought to be thrown at me, but turning the tides and all different things, it just happened that it was a good scenario, and it just matched the moment. Like, word. And I cracked up. I actually have a picture from that game, because right after that, after halftime, it was a shooting over money, whatever. Like it was crazy. So stuff like that, it changed the concept of what we talked about, and almost changed me from stop playing basketball. Like it was like, I'm done. Yeah. Like, because it was gunfire going. I mean, I was over a kid hovering while I was shooting. It was different experience, but like a lot of that stuff it was a memorable night, but also a lot of stuff that happened too. Word. But the real part was I got it from Duke and Tango out of Rucker Park. Yeah, Duke. Yeah. I had like a wrap around my head, and I was injured, and I was killing on both sides of the floor. And Duke always come up with something. They come up with something that, like, yo, there was a problem. I had the bandage or Headache. That's his name. And everybody just started saying it, and then it just how it feel you. It feel you to do more. Like, okay, have you gonna give me? I'm stamped. Okay, I gotta be that guy. So I started morphing into the Headache more and more every day, because it was just like, okay, I gotta prove every day that is that. And then once you get a name, everybody want to try you. So it just made me want to go in the gym more, work on my game, work on my body. And then when I got to the mixtape, I was in full anger mode, like everybody gets.
One thing I do when I have guests, you know what I mean? I always, you know, I am an advocate for mental health. So I always ask my guests, you know what I mean, how they doing. So I just want to know, how are you doing today? And then also with that, you know, how were you able to kind of move around when like the pandemic first started and the craziness that it's been?
I'm thanks for asking. I'm great. I just think me having a family and my wife and my kids, I think that's something to combat. And I think, you know, mental health was 100% like doing in the W, trying out for the league myself. Things take tolls on you. And if you don't have somebody to talk to,
Right.
have a conversation with the go-to, it can become bigger than what you think it is, because a lot of time, most people in our culture, we're in denial half the time anyway.
Yes, sir.
You know? So we might think it's, you know, we need to just get some sleep, and it's really stress, you know. So it's a real big issue, because we had girls that be stressed out that play for us, and then I got guys, young guys that call me all the time that be stressed out and they don't know why. And just being able to talk to one of them or let them a shoulder to listen to, it helps them a lot. It might prevent the next tragedy. And I tell people all the time, you gotta have somebody else to. So for me, I think I kind of shut down the movement because I lost 9 people in New York City when all that stuff went crazy. So the people that claim that it's not real, you know, it is. You know, it amazed me how, and only the smallest word I can think of, how stupid people are when it comes to just having common sense. Like, yeah, it's not going to affect everybody, but at the end of the day, it's going to affect somebody. So have at least a little bit of courtesy to have that common sense to be able to like feel their pain. And I took it advantage and was like, you know what, playing in it, coaching, I had to get, you know, vaccinated. And then I got my wife vaccinated after we did some more research. And I'm like, we just have to protect ourselves. So, because too many people going out. We all know too many people was gone so quick, and they wasn't old. They was young, and
right.
You know, they said it don't affect the old. You know, it wasn't. So, and it could take a toll. But I tell you, my biggest thing is that having somebody to talk to, especially I tell everybody, just have somebody to talk to. You know, and if you're somebody that just listening for them, just listen. Let them. A lot of times, you probably have every once in a while. You come home from work, you just want to talk. You don't want a solution.
Right.
You just want to get it out. I can't stand it. And me and my wife go into it all the time. Like, she'll give me an hour to vent, and I give her an hour whenever she feel like she want to vent. She vent about the kid, because you need to get it off your chest, because you know, so you don't take it out on somebody else. So, you know, I tell everybody, take that time.
Yeah, I always say, you know, when we internalize things, a lot of times our decision making can be clouded because we're not thinking. You know what I'm saying? But we grew up that way. We were taught to not really say how we feel. So that's one of the things that I do now, you know, outside of this, like, you know, because I just recently got married September of last year.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And
welcome to the team.
right. And when I got married, I started looking for like places or groups or whatever, like support groups for husbands. Like, is that a real thing? Do people have that? And I was looking for them and I couldn't find none. Right. So I was like, I talked to my wife and I was like, yo, I kind of want to start something. And she was like, you should, you know, if God put it on your heart, you know what I'm saying? And I prayed about it. And next thing I know, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do something small just to see what I can do. So on Facebook, I started a little private group. And I got like, in like 2 months, I got like 69 people in there. And this guy last night just, you know what I'm saying, he felt comfortable enough to, you know, talk to everybody about some things that he's going through. And I was like, yo, like, see, this is what I'm talking about. We need an outlet, you know what I'm saying? Because
especially men.
Yeah.
Because, you know, every day, I'm part of the King movement that Chris Passard started. There's like a whole bunch of Christian movement of brothers that's really dope. They actually having a conference next weekend in Charlotte.
Word.
I'll make sure you have information. It's a dope conference. It's all brothers. You know, you come together. If you have any religion, it's definitely great for you in Christian. It's white, black, whatever. But, you know, true man, faith in God. But also, I've been part of it for the last 3 years. They have one in New York, one in New Jersey, Charlotte, LA, Cleveland. There's a bunch of them around. It's over 1,000 members.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, I'm in Ohio.
What part of Ohio you in?
Dayton area.
Oh,
close to Cincinnati.
Yeah, you ain't that far from Cleveland. Cleveland do a lot of stuff too. They do a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll like it because what happened is a lot of time, like we was at the conference, we had a round circle about, marriage. A couple guys that about to get married a couple guys is in marriage and they don't have a clue. Like they don't understand the concept. Because, I tell people all the time in the Bible and stuff like that, it says you have to take charge of your life, you're the head, not the tail. But at the same time, it'll tell you have to be able to give yourself to your wife and understand what she needs and vice versa.
Right.
So as men, we don't know how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ain't ever been taught it, especially coming from, I come from a single household. So like, you ain't taught that stuff. So you're like, nah, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
And that's a guard you have to let down because what happened is it opened up doors for other guys that we know that we grew up with to let them come into your relationship, or for same thing for a girl to come in yours. And a lot of guys ain't taught that. So I commend you for doing that because there's brothers that need it. Because I talk to at least 20 guys all the time throughout the week that I talk to a mentor and to me, it's not even mentorship, it's just being the brother,
Mm-hmm.
because if I have an answer for a question, if I can find somebody who can answer it for you, So, and that's what to me, that's what it's about for us.
Yeah, you're right. Because I wanted to do it, and I was like, for a long time, like it's taken a while for guys to kind of open up because guys still be like they'll join the group, but they kind of like, I'm not gonna say nothing. Yeah, but they watching, but they're not saying nothing. But this one guy just came out and he was like, yo, like I got this going on. Like, it was really the situation was pretty much like, he's like, yo, I'm always tired, man, because I got a 1-year-old. The 1-year-old won't stay in the crib. They come and they get in bed with me and my wife. And then I'm all halfway off the bed and I can't sleep and I got to work the next day. And wifey don't really feel like it's an issue. Like, what am I supposed, like, what should I say? And I was like, yo, I don't have kids yet, right? But I was like, yo, I said, when I was in premarital counseling, one thing my pastor said was, yo, the most important thing for you and your wife to do is communicate. So, you know what I mean? Like, if if you have not told her, like, don't internalize that because it can turn into, you know what, I'm going out at the bar and next thing you know, you done talk to some female that's giving you attention. He also mentioned intimacy and stuff like that. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really be intimate with my baby in the bed. Like, you know what I mean? What am I supposed to do? So I was like, bro, man, I was like, all I can tell you to do is, you know what I'm saying? Communication is number one. Don't hold that in, man. Have a serious conversation with your wife. You know what I'm saying? And I said, but first, before you go to her, pray to make sure you say the right things. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to go out of anger.
Yeah, and that's great advice. Because the biggest thing I tell everybody, I've been with my wife 19 years, and I tell people all the time, it's like we have a great process where we communicated. When we first got married, we did. It took us 3 years to get it. Your first 3 years always gonna be a rough years because y'all figuring each other out. And sometimes it goes 3. My wife say 5 years for us, but I say 3. But we had our son right away. I had my son right away, and that was some of the biggest things. It was like that. But then we had to have a conversation like, okay. And when we was able to figure it out, and to me, that's where the best part of it comes. It's like almost like playing a game. You have to talk to your point guard to make sure you get the ball right. And even though guys ain't gonna admit it, all of us that's married know the point guard of the team is our wives.
Yeah, that's a fact. we like the center or something. We don't really.
We Shaq. We only come in when we need it. We only come in when we need it.
For real. That's how it is, though. Wow, that's dope. That's dope that we just even, because like I said, sharing that. Now I'm definitely gonna be like, you get that information to me, I'm definitely gonna try to see if I can make some of these because, I'm the same. All of my friends are, in relationships. They not married. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like even when I got married, like I'm a different person than I was. So like the relationship that I have with some of my friends now is not really the same because I'm not the same guy that they, you know what I mean? Like I can't relate to some of the things that they do. So it's just different now.
it gets harder the stronger your relationship get, because then you'll notice it. My joke with my wife is,
And this is hilarious. My joke with my wife has always been, you scared all my friends away. like, like my wife has been with me since mixtape days. Like, we've been together since 2002. So like she's seen everything. So I always laugh because I'll be like, she let me do whatever I want. If I have to go to an event and end up in different places, I always call her. No, she never had a problem because she trusts me. But I always have the guide. It don't matter what level of marriage I was at. Yo, your wife ain't gonna let you do this. I'm like, why? Like I don't have to ask her. She already know what I'm about. So
right.
If I'm gonna do it. But it's almost like a badge of honor. They want to tell you that you can't do some stuff because you married, like you locked up. No, I don't do it because I have respect for my relationship, and I don't have to do it because I'm gonna go home to mine.
Yeah.
And she's still gonna be there. You might get one night with her, but now you gotta worry about all the other things that come with that. Like
another guy might be in the picture. You never know.
She might have some. It's so many of them.
Yeah.
I go home and lay my head on my pillow and go to sleep and don't have to worry about anything. And like my meals is there. Like and some of my friends get mad. Oh, you just what they say, oh, you locked up, you shackled. Like, no, I chose to do that. But that's some of the I call it the mechanism of men to kind of like make you feel bad about it. But in the day, that's what happened when you clean your wife, you grow and get bigger. So then you have to, like, if you want to be a millionaire, you ain't gonna hang around your broke friends.
Not at all.
and some married men get that confused. It works for everything. If you're a mechanic, you want to hang around other mechanics so you can learn more stuff.
Right.
And you don't want to hang around a dude that's doing plumbing because you doing working on cars. It don't make sense.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to change services for money. But if not, then there's no sense for you to be there. So that's what people don't understand is you have to be around same like people, and it helps you because that person, if you got an older couple and a young couple, you can learn from both.
Yeah.
Because everybody gonna have different problems and how they handle their problems. And what I always tell somebody, don't never respond in marriage. Don't never respond. Have an answer. Because when you respond, it usually gets you in trouble. like when you respond, it usually gets you in trouble. So I believe that throughout life. Never, ever respond. Like I tell people all the time, like when you get, because you respond, you get everything that came with it. You don't think about it, have a solution to an answer, and you return with that. Because a lot of times when you do that, then it saves you from the different argument. Because women, unfortunately, we ain't analytical. Most women are super analytical. They're gonna come back with every other punchline, bullet point to the T. So if you respond and don't have understanding what you're talking about, she's gonna point out to what everything you said in alphabetical order of why you should have did it in the first place. And now you're even more mad because you responded. I learned that my first year of marriage. I said, okay, my wife's memory too good. Let me make sure, let me do my research first and then come back.
That's a good one. Yeah, I'm definitely I'm gonna steal that. So how did the opportunity like to play with N1, how did that come about?
It was super. I tell people all the time, it was weird how it happened because I was playing. I just came home from school in '99. I was frustrated trying to, get NBA workouts, trying to do different things, and just playing same goal. And then one of my guys I'd be in the gym with in New York, he actually called me because everyone saw the mixtape and they saw a skit mixtape and they were slowly putting the team together. It was kind of like under clothes, and then I'm doing named Biggie Smalls and Seth Free went into the gym where I used to play at YMCA, a dude named George Stork. And George called me because I've been headache since I was 14. So he knew since I was little, and he called me, I want you to come up and meet these guys. They talking about doing some tour stuff around the city. I think you'd be perfect for it. And I was like, okay, I came through. I met him, did some little bit of stuff, and then we hit it off from there. And then they came to one of the games, and they were like, at that time in New York in '99, I was probably top streetball player in the city, like top 10, come see playing 55th. So I was killing. So I was like, it kind of matched purpose. And then what they was doing, and from there, from '99, I went into like the pre-ups of it, and then we just started taking off from there. But it was a blessing in the sky because I was looking to try to do something big, and that was the one thing that came to me that came out of nowhere. It was like I was looking for it. I was in the park. It was a phone call of somebody who they talked to, and it was dope because that person had enough just to be like, hey, I think besides I think this guy be perfect for it, and that's why like we talked about before. That's why I always tell my young guys, even if you don't like somebody because you don't know them, just be cool with them, stay cordial, keep it moving because you never know who that person going to be, where they're going to be in the future,
Right.
You never know what your friend is. That's why I always try to be. I always been cordial to everybody I come across, just because you never know. God put you in places for reasons.
Right, you're right. You're right about that. So y'all start shooting the ESPN show when y'all was trying to like going around trying to find these ballers and everything. Y'all found Fest. Fest still be playing today. He be playing outside everywhere. Like,
well, he don't got no real. I call us that have been playing our whole life. He don't got no real mileage on his knees. So he good. Like, he put a mixtape. But when we found Fest, he was actually in junior college. So he's a kid that can play the game. And then he got to us. He mastered a lot of our skills. I call him the master. I call him the master of everything because he mastered it and then he made it his own. But he took a piece from all of us, from Skip, from me, Ayo, Hot Sauce, my young boy Pat the Rock. Like he
at
took
the Rock, he's from Cincy.
Yeah. Well, no, he really from B-more, but my wife was Cincinnati. So
okay. Word.
Pat actually went to UC and walked on and made the team.
Oh, word.
I had Pat when Pat was young. Like, so Pat, like one of my little bros, I had Pat on my Headache Streetball tour.
Okay.
When he first coming out. And he'll tell you, I was mad at him when he decided to stay on Streetball because when Bobby Huggins was still at UC, he made the team.
Oh, man.
And I was like, say your butt there. And he was like, nah, I'm gonna get this money, and it turned out great for him because he's one of the top trainers in DC.
Yeah.
But I tell him all the time. We talk about it all the time. Like I always pushed him to be a ball player, like go get it. And then this will always be here. So, but yeah, he's one of my good dude. Like you said, professor, like he mastered the social media thing he's doing. I just talked to him like 2 weeks ago too. I'm proud of him because, it ain't too much you can do. But what he's doing right now, this era to master it and keep your brand going.
Right. That's true. So what's like your most memorable game, whether it be street ball or professionally?
Oh, I think street ball. I had a whole bunch of games. I have a couple that were like just crazy. On the pro circuit, I would say I had like one or two. My workout with the Knicks was incredible because the fact is I'm trying out for my own hometown team, and then my coaching staff was crazy. My coaching staff was GM was Isaiah Thomas, Lenny Wilkins, Mark Aguirre, Kendrick Jabbar, Herb Williams. Like we had 4 of 50 graders in the gym, and then I was playing Isaiah Thomas. I was playing Zeke one-on-one almost every other day after practice. Like, well, he was playing us. He's out there stealing a lot of people's money. I ain't gonna say whose money he was stealing. He wasn't stealing my money. Cause I was like, he's out there taking people's money, boy. He's out there taking people's money. Still with that jump shot was wet. I'm like, but that to me, that was like real big. I just sit and talk with Kareem because a lot of people don't know he's really a Harlem dude, like Harlem Renaissance dude that's been around Harlem forever. And he know a lot of the guys like my dad and all them. And we was having a good conversation, just talking basketball and life. And he was really dope. And to me, that was the most, people talk about, yeah, you gotta make the league. But from a kid from where I came from, in the hood, around my dad and all that stuff, to be standing an opportunity to get to that top level, it's not a lot of guys, like 1% that do it.
Yeah.
And with no agent, I had Peter Vesey and Mrs. Vesey helped me get it opportunity. And I tell people all the time, like it's amazing.
Peter Vesey, he's a cool dude, man.
Oh man, that's my dude. Him and his family, they took care of me. His son's like my little brother because I took him everywhere I go, little Vest. But like I tell everybody, I said about him, I've been around so many people that, and this from doing this industry, I've been around a lot of great people, but also a lot of people had to help me either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people all the time, my talent spoke for itself. It's still dudes that played in the league that was there that would never want to see me on the other side. But end of the day, you know, I tell everybody, it wasn't. My wife always say it wasn't meant for me, you know, and then I believe that if God wanted me to have it, it would have been mine, you know. So I'm okay with the opportunities that I got, because what I've done, I changed the world. I changed the face of basketball as it ever be seen. You can't take what I've done. So he gave me a different platform. So, but like you said, like it's just, I tell everybody, so to me, I think that was my biggest moment. And then playing overseas, got to see, I played in Iran, you know, then from that, being able to do a camp, and I always watch the news right now because I did a camp 2 years ago in Ukraine. So I made friends out there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I was actually in the city Kyiv. So I know, so I tell people all the time, like, to be able to touch that. And now it affects me different because I'm watching stuff happen in parts of the city where I was at.
Right.
You know, like, and I know the city, I know how small and big the city is. So it's like, I tell people, like, to be able to travel the world through basketball is amazing.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm always thankful for all of it. But I think my most memorable game, Streetball, while even on a tour, I think the biggest thing was when I played against Skip and them. I used to play when I was younger, because the 90s, you know, was just different. Basketball was just different. And 90s for us.
It didn't look like y'all, like, I remember like when y'all used to, because it was almost like whenever Skip played, you was on the other team. Like, you always wanted to go at him.
and to me, that's what made us good. Like I told you before, like I always play against the best. You know, I didn't want to be in a team. Like, because in the day, who you play against?
Right.
That to me, that's like, I used to hate when dudes stack their teams in tournaments. Like, you want to stack your team? Okay, I'm gonna get these dudes and beat you. If I beat you with these dudes, I'm way better. So yeah, as you know, I'm not a big, everybody laugh. I'm not a big LeBron fan on the basketball court. I'm a big LeBron fan off the court because he does so many dope things. Right. Because when I judge LeBron, I'm judging him amongst the greats, not against them dudes that's regular. You know, like, people judge him with everybody else. Nah, he's a different dude. You gotta judge him only amongst the gods. You know, like, and you know, you probably do these arguments all the time, and people don't do that. They try to put him in everybody's category. You know, nah, I can't judge you amongst them because you that's like putting you on top ball players and I put you in a league with high school dudes and you supposed to be playing in college. Like, that don't even make sense. So that's how I look at it. Like, I tell people all the time, like, I'm not gonna ever judge somebody off of what somebody can't do, because you shouldn't even be in that room.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Right. They love Bron out here. I love Bron, but my favorite basketball player of all time is Allen Iverson.
All day long. My boy Bubble Chuck. Yeah, that's my guy. You know
what I'm saying? Like, that's my guy. Like, ever since, I'm talking about since he was in college. You know what I mean? Like, people couldn't tell me nothing about AI. I ain't care how many shots he shot, none of that. Like,
I got to play against him, so you know I know. I played that dude. My first time playing against him was playing the Boo Harvey Classic. I'm traveling with an AAU team and got to play AI. I didn't know who AI was. I found out how fast he was that night. I'm fast. I'm old. And then fast forward to 55th, and I go against him again at 55th. I'm like, would you get slower, yo? Like,
I do. Yeah, he's fast for real. Like, he changed the culture.
I'm 6'3". I'm taller than him. His arms longer than mine. Like, dude.
He changed the NBA culture, man. Like, first dude to like have braids. Then he had crazy tattoos. Now everybody got crazy tattoos. He's the first dude to wear the arm sleeve because his elbow was messed up. Now people just wear it for fashion. In the game, nothing wrong with their arm, but they wear the sleeve. AI changed a lot. You know
it amazes me how they don't. Well, we know why they don't give him the credit.
Yeah, for sure.
But it amazes me how they shy away from it. Like, Steph Curry did do a lot for the game.
For sure.
But it wouldn't be a Steph Curry without Iverson, then Isaiah Thomas. You know, all them little guards that came before him. And it amazed me how they don't want to mention his name because, you know, it comes with everything you just said.
Right.
You know, the hood, and they don't want to be associated. They're getting better at it, but they don't want to be associated with it.
Right.
And it's also the reason why we have 75 guys, and 9 of them shouldn't even be on the list. They should be on the list later on down the road.
That's true.
But because you can't tell me if you take all them guards, and it's including LeBron, them, you're not better than Tracy McGrady. Like at the prime, in the prime, like
Cleveland Cavaliers. So which LeBron are we talking? Are we talking about? Okay, Orlando Magic, Tracy McGrady.
Either one, Orlando or Houston. The first year in Houston.
Orlando Magic, Tracy McGrady was scary.
The Magic Tracy McGrady was scary. The Houston one shot. He shot like Clay in Houston. Remember, because remember. That's why I tell people before, like LeBron to me ain't really a scorer.
Yeah, he more Magic.
But that's why I tell people, like when you say when he be like, I'm like, nah, LeBron, you Magic, you a big Magic. Tracy used to get. Remember, he's leading the league in scoring, averaging 40 plus. He used to give Kobe fits, and then he could defend you on the other end because he's super athletic, and then he come back and banging on you, like, and that's why I say everybody like when people say, oh, we never seen about LeBron before. I'd be like, what y'all been missing? Y'all miss Jamal Mashburn, all the other guys that came before him that was bigger than him? Nah, them guys was like prime example. I say, I saw Jamal in his prime. LeBron wouldn't want to see Jamal in his prime.
Listen, I went to an Indiana Pacers Miami Heat game.
Oh, well, who was on the team?
With Bron, D-Wade, Chris Bosh. It was like their second year being together.
When Ray was there?
No, it was their second year. It was so the first championship that they won the championship that year. And when I seen them playing together, it was like dudes in the park playing. Like you don't see it on television.
Yeah,
it's different. Like he was talking crazy to the fans. It was in Indiana.
But you know why? Because when you got a big brother like Dwayne Wade, you know, because Dwayne Wade won a championship already. You know, like it's like Roscoe. Yo, you say whatever you want, I got you. You know, and to me, that's what helped LeBron change was Dwayne Wade. People always say it was LeBron team, but it wasn't. It was OG Dwayne Wade and LeBron. Use that young stuff. Do what you do, boy. Get out there and do what you do.
Yeah, I mean they was doing some crazy stuff that game. I was like, geez.
So and all three of them athletic, and then they had the young boys come off the bench. Hold on, don't forget about my one guy. I call him the undercover bully.
Which one?
Donald Haslam. Undercover bully at 6'4". Look.
Adonis didn't play no game. He was the dude that'll come in and just foul it. You know, he'll get put out the game for you.
he fouled you hard, LeBron. Hey, sub me in.
Yeah, everybody need one of those. For y'all, it's probably half man or something. Half look like he didn't play no game.
All day. It was half main event. When we first got started, it was Kraft Ferguson. And then as I got young, then we had that really it. Then we had big Escalade Garris and so
Garris,
like so, but half was always been my protector since I was young. But like that was me. I wouldn't let nothing go down without none of our guards, you know, just for some fact. Because you know, to me, we set the tone. The guards, me and AO set the tone for us, you know. And no disrespect to Skip, because to me, I always tell people all the time, and AO says this on the podcast, like Skip wasn't a mixtape player. When we started on mixtape tour, Skip was already in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And people keep forgetting about that. They keep trying to make him a mixtape player and make him like top 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, nah, he's not a mixtape player. He was in the league. Now
for the Bucks, probably. I think he's in
with the Bucks.
Yeah.
Yep. And the Bucks for a short stint, and they left out. But people don't understand that. Like that, you know, that's my bro. So I knew. But when you say it, like, oh, you hate it. No, he was never. His contract was totally different than our contract because he was an NBA player. Right,
of course.
And that's why. But like, everybody always put him in that when I say, yo, he just didn't play in the league yet because he didn't. I tell people it's hard to say when people because people don't understand business. I said, if the mixtape is not around and we don't be successful, I can say this: Skip might only be in the league for 3 years. But
that's different.
We was his marketing tool for him.
Yeah.
Think about that. You got a whole movement that you started that's going on while you in the league that's pushing your name.
Right.
I tell everybody, I said, we was a great marketing tool. Like everything. Remember, it started off with Skip all the time. We always praised him because without him, it wouldn't be us. So
yeah, it's a few of y'all that got into it with Skip.
Like,
Skip was acting superstar, acting like a diva.
But a lot of them was too. But they because I tell people, you get sensitive. People only get angry. Only your true emotions come out when you upset.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you before, my thing always been, don't mess our money up. Let's be smart.
Yeah.
And let's build on it. And it's hard to build with people who don't want to read the writing on the wall. So and that's where a lot of that stuff comes from. It's come like, I can't want what you have. We different.
Right.
No matter what people say. And when you look at I tell you all the time, when you look at the 10 guys on the mixtape they want to tour, everybody's different. And then sometimes you have to be real with yourself. I can jump out the gym. You got a mean jump shot. Like it just, we know what he can do. And what happened is when they go, okay, we're going to pay you for what your skill is. And me and you get something different. One of us go, well, why he get more? I thought we getting paid for our skill.
Right.
But you don't realize our skills is different.
Right.
You just think we playing basketball.
Were you at the park when Kobe played?
No, I'm mad. I didn't get to go to that one.
Okay. I was just wondering like what it was like, with him out there killing like he was.
I tell everybody, I wish he'd have came out when the park was the park.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I think he still did him, but the park was it wasn't at its peak. Because we known for tearing down NBA players, when they come in there. And a couple guys didn't make it out very well, but a couple came through. Like Vince came through. Like when Vince came through,
Vince was jumping.
I was at that game.
He was jumping crazy.
We played the game before them because it rained in 55th, and then we went to the gym. And we just finished our game. I was going to leave, and he walked in. I'm like, oh, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to stay right here and watch this. And then we saw what happened. Like, but the crazy part was it was like we call a build-up. Like, A Butter was going at him and hitting jump shots. And then as a superstar, you got to go, okay, let me, because he was going super light.
Yeah.
So A Butter had a couple, and he's like, oh, is we doing now? Okay. Oh, so you just gonna jump out the world and just windmill it, huh?
Off the alley-oop and windmill it. I was like, oh. When I seen that, I'm like, oh, that was a showstopper.
I got to work out with him because we used to do a whole bunch of workouts in New York, and he was in Basketball City working out with us. Him and Ray. Ray another one jump out the gym. Like, oh my God, young Ray Allen.
Oh yeah, Milwaukee Bucks. Ray. Jesus, Jesus Shuttlesworth. Yeah, I know.
We playing in the gym, FIT, and my dude Charles Jones giving him the business. Like they going back and forth at each other. Charles Jones drafted by Chicago Bulls. He going at him, like just killing him, talking junk to him. And then he come down, he shake him and dunk it backwards on Ray. Yo, we come down. Ray probably got about this high on his jump shot.
Yeah, he jumped high. I mean,
like it should. Like I seen it close up in person, like he jumped high. Then Charles came back to some crazy one baseline again and dunked it, and somebody shot it. I'll never forget this. Somebody shot it, hit the rim, it came off. Ray came and got it, grabbed it, tapped the front of the rim, then dunked it. Oh. Like what just like that was some young legs.
Yeah, Ray's jump shot was always crazy.
Ray. I've been blessed to see them both. To me, the two prettiest shots ever seen in my life, Ray Allen, Allen Houston.
Allen Houston.
I've been in the gym with both of them. I'm talking about in the workout with them and watch them shoot that joint. That joint is pretty. Like, I talk about textbook form and perfect height. Like,
yeah. Ray need to start coaching, man. That's what he need to be doing.
Well, he is coaching. He's coaching prep school.
Oh, is he? Right. Okay.
Yeah, he coached in prep school in Florida. I think Florida or Miami, one of them.
Okay.
He started coaching in prep school. But yeah, he That dude, I tell you about him. And then my big bro, Mike James, was another one that
Mike James.
Do the same thing over and over again.
Mike James.
Consistently, yep.
That's dope, man. Yeah, Ray Allen, man. Like I ain't never seen nobody jump that high shooting a jump shot. I mean, it's crazy.
Number one, you see, but this why when we talk basketball, I tell you all the time, like, and I hate bringing LeBron up. We talk about this era. When people talk about this era, I remember, like, I'm not impressed by the era of scoring that's going on right now, even with James Harden. Because I remember we talk about Ray Allen. When Ray Allen was in Seattle, when the league was the league, he was averaging 40.
Yeah.
And he was doing everything.
Yeah.
Dunk, deep jump shot, high jump shot. A guy who they said is only a jump shooter. But you know, if you don't watch the game, you don't know about Ray Allen when he was Hugh Shuttleworth.
Yeah.
Like he got that movie for a reason. Like people don't understand it. Like I'll be like, yo, Ray Allen was top 10 scorer. Like then you go to like Michael Jordan and them when they were scoring, they weren't averaging 28. The scoring title wasn't 28 in the 90s and 80s. It was dudes averaging 35 or more. Like him and Dominique, remember one time, him and Dominique, and people can look it up. Him and Dominique was leading the league, like it was like 41 and like 40, 39, 38, 20. Like it wasn't no 25, like
right.
Like, but that's why I tell people like even now, like with even like Steph, but I still believe if LeBron had Kobe mentality,
right,
that dude would be he'd be averaging quadruple double.
100%. You're right about that.
It'd be like 40, 10, 10, 10.
But see,
like
Melo got that though. You know, when he was younger. If Melo started when he went to the Knicks, he was crazy. He was balling.
But you know what happened with him? You know, he got caught up in the street life, and they kind of pushed him out of that because he got, you know, we ain't talk about it, but you know, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Right. Well, you know, Melo actually was supposed to play for Miami.
Yep.
And he took that money with the Knicks, even though he knew the team wasn't good.
That's $67 million. Look.
Yeah.
Hey, when you from the hood, they go, hey, we're gonna give you 20 million or 67.
Right.
I'm like, hey bro, I love you. I'm gonna go sign for this 67 million.
Right.
You make fun of it now, but you know, I ain't mad at him for doing that.
100%. So who is the best street ball guard, or just say player, not named Headache or Skip? Let's not even throw Skip in there.
Man, see, I'm at an advantage because a lot of these guys, a lot of people ain't gonna know, but I seen so many great dudes, like older than me, younger than me, and I grew up in an era of basketball. There's a guy who I got my hesitation from. You know, they call him Dancing Doogie. They can look him up. Yo, the monster, hesitation off the glass, get 40, 30 anytime he want. Just a monster. Then to me, one of the quickest change of direction, like better than J Kidd is to me, was AO. I watched. We was in Bahamas, and they was being disrespectful before the game start, and they pissed AO off. And I watched AO drop a dude with a change of direction.
Yeah, his direction was crazy. I seen AO. It's probably might have been 2 or 3 years ago because my wife's cousin used to play for a Catholic school. He plays for Penn State right now. Seth Lundy. If you're able to catch out any games, he's a junior. He'll be a senior next year. Seth Lundy is his name, but he played for Roman Catholic in Jersey. And I was at a game, and AO was just like, he walking with his daughter. He had his daughter on his hip. And I was like, yo, that's AO. Like, he was just chilling. You know what I mean? It was in Philly, so yeah. And and I seen DeJuan Wagner too there. His son got game.
Yes, they say he's second coming to him.
Yeah, his son got game.
I still mess with DeJuan Wagner. Yeah, I said, you know them points don't count, right? He's like, yo, shut up. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, I like, you can get 114 right now against that same team, yo. They don't count, yo.
So how did the transition to coaching the WNBA, how did that come about?
Well, I've been coaching ever since I was little, and I've been around the WNBA for over 20 years with my big sis Teresa Weatherspoon, and then like a lot of Liberty ladies. I remember when the draft came in with Don Taurasi, alum, I helped out, bring them in, and just been around the game for a long time. Tamika Catchings, helping them out, and I've been coaching forever. Like even when I played, I help with the girls and coach. Mm-hmm. So my thing is that there's a basketball, and if I can teach it, I'll help. Cool. So doing that and having relationships and just being around the game, and the girls, well, the ladies before that took it real great from me. Like when I used to train Spoon all the time, I used to work out, and then we had Vicki Johnson, Becky Hammond. I was teaching Becky Hammond how to dribble the ball, and because
Spoon was like the female Allen Iverson.
Yeah, and it'll lock you down. Yeah. Like everybody tell people about our one-on-ones. Our one-on-ones in New York City, everybody's a lad. They sit and watch us. Like I treated her like the reason why, and she'll tell you this. I used to make her guard me and go at her hard and dunk on her, all that stuff. And I dunked on her one time. She would never let me dunk ever again. So now she just fouled me and tackled me. And everybody was like, she's trying to hurt you. I said, nah, that's her. Because if I get by, I'm banging this just to have bragging rights, Right. And she like, you ain't gonna never do that again. I got her one time in practice. I said, I was supposed to practice with them too, with Kim Hampton. I go by them. And I remember one time on a break, I went by and I bounced the ball in front of her, and she went to grab it and missed it. But it was about to dunk it. I just caught it and glided over and dunked it. She's like, you won't ever do that again. I look at intensity like, and I should have took her serious when she said it. Because later on, down the road, we tried to do it. She took me out. Like, you ain't need another dunk.
That's crazy.
But always been a passion. Like I love helping. Like I coach junior college girls, and I had one of my top girls get Player of the Year. She got in junior college. She won Les Nation double doubles. When she came in, she wasn't doing anything. We just worked, and I think it works for anybody. I have a whole bunch of guys too, but I love the women get side because they need all the support they can get. So I've been doing it, and I've been doing it for years. So, and it's an easy transition. It was an easy transition for me when it comes to that, because they listen. Right. And guys, most of the time I coach guys or train with guys or train pros, besides the ones that know who I am, I always gotta give them a good dude, you don't understand how better I am than you. Like, because guys is gonna just push the envelope. That's just us. We don't always say, well, show me, Right.
That's a fact.
So, but women usually have a conversation with and they really skill and they take it to heart, the ones that really want to work. And I loved it. So transition, Vicki Johnson was at Dallas Wings, and she know my work ethic, she know what I do. And she brought me in to try to get at some of the newer generation, because unfortunately, like you see it, a lot of people don't know what work look like. They think work is getting a gym, just do one way and it's over with. No, work is every day.
Right.
And once you get there, you got to work to stay there, and you got to have somebody willing to push somebody there to get there. And I don't care. I tell people all the time, when I train and work people out or come to help somebody out, every day, it's not about if I like you.
Right.
It's about me getting you right, about me teaching you the right thing. So when the game is on the line, your muscle memory goes to things that I taught you, and not some things that you didn't learn, And to me, that's the biggest thing. Because when I was in trouble in any game, any street ball game, whatever, it always looked easy to me because I worked on it every day. Like I worked on getting through traps. I worked on having a 1-2 dribble pull up. I worked on having a counter to this counter, and being in the gym by myself for 2 and 3 hours. These kids don't know what that is. I'm not working on a move. I'm working on reaction. See, these guys work on. I play now. I'm 46. I play in the gym. They be like, "Yo, I don't see how you stay in front of me." I'm not going for none of that extra stuff you're doing. The rim is right here. You got to get to this rim. And then when they guard me and I walk by them, they be like, "I don't understand how you get by me because you're making too many moves."
Yeah.
This would make Kyrie so great. Like this would make Magic Johnson so good. I got to play against Magic Johnson when he was retired and we playing in Basketball City, and this dude never went east and west. He only went north and south.
Yeah.
It wasn't a whole bunch of crossovers and, behind the back. It'd be a move and you'd be behind him. Like, what just happened?
Mm-hmm.
He clap his hands and the ball be out. And it was so simplistic that you didn't know what was going on. Saying they were big brother Mark Jackson and Ron Strickland, north and south. And I'm a big component of teaching that. And to me, that's what the game is about, because then everything else is when you add your own sauce to it.
Right.
But you gotta learn how to cook the chicken before you add your sauce.
You're right.
Right.
You still are they? Do you know if they're bringing NBA Live back? Because I know you did some work with EA.
It's in the work. NBA Live Mobile is still up and running. Right now, they doing something. The pandemic kind of pushed a lot of it out.
Mm-hmm.
So we're working to get it back up and running. So we're just waiting for the right time. And we're doing a lot of dope things with it. We're bringing a lot of people in for it. And pandemic kind of threw a wrench in a lot of people's stuff.
They got to kind of look at, because I'm a big 2K fan, but growing up, it was live.
I won't hold it against you.
Listen, growing up, it was all NBA Live though. Like growing up, it was all NBA Live, and then I don't know like what changed as far as gameplay wise. It was just different.
I can tell you right now, because I play both because I have to, because I work with EA, and I tell people all the time, I don't understand how people play the game because I'm in the game industry. So 2K is hard for me to play because it's unrealistic when you beat somebody off the dribble and they're able to still get back and block you. In our game, you got beat, mm-hmm. unless you got a guy that can recover and block a shot. And to me, that hurts the game so much. You play right now. If you get a wide open jump shot and you happen to get to me right before my release, it changes my trajectory. And I hate that. Like, you can't be behind me and then change that. Like, we had some dope stuff in our game that made it dope, but then the speed of it changed. Like, the speed should be the speed. Like, you shouldn't freeze me down. And then, vanity took over the game for 2K. Everything's about the vanity. It ain't about, like, me and you true hoopers. So we want to play franchise. We want to get online and play with our favorite team. It ain't about that no more. It's about the vanity. It's about having this white tiger. like me and you ain't doing that. Like we ain't we ain't doing that. Like, but that's what this coach is about now. And unfortunately, they mastered that, and that's what we got to come back with. So, and to me, once we get the okay to release and do it again, then we'll be ready. But all we can do is just follow leadership. Like it's like being on a coach team. He don't want us pressing right now. We're not pressing. I know everybody's mad. We play a 2-3 zone. But coach said we gotta play a 2-3 zone.
All right, last question, because I know we can be on here forever.
Yes, sir.
Did you watch All-Star Saturday night, and what you think of the dunk contest?
I did watch it. I always watch it. I usually go, but I wasn't coming to Cleveland, yo.
Yeah,
it was too cold. It was too cold.
You in Florida, so you in Florida, so you good. Like,
Look, I'm actually going back to Ohio in next week. But I told him, I said, when I saw it was snowing and a lot of hotels, but see, I know because I lived in Ohio before, so I'm like, the city itself is not a good spot for the All-Star game because it's not centered. You know what I'm saying? Like, the game itself is not, the gym ain't centered. You can't put a lot, unless you're going to build a whole bunch of new stuff.
Right.
You really can't, make it dope like the big cities. So it's hard. So I'm like, and when they told me, I was like, dang, it's dope for the city, but because the weather's bad and because every event gonna have to be far away. Like it's gonna be, you gonna have to travel. And us, we ain't traveling too much in cold. Like, you're gonna have us walk 4 or 5 miles to get to another spot.
Right.
But that to me, I kind of hurt it. But other than the dunk contest, they trying too hard to mix it up and let it happen, and just let it happen natural, organically. Like my young nephew, because you probably remember, Obi Toppin used to play with us on my Headache team. His dad was one of our bros.
Yeah, Obi played at UD down here.
Yeah, like with my boy Ricky Greer is coaching. Ricky Greer that played in New York, he coached there. So
So that's your nephew.
I call him nephew. Yeah, we got to peel him and Jacob off the floor because they wouldn't get off the doggone court when we was trying to get ready for our games in New York. Like, I'm so happy for them, and hopefully Jacob, be the next one to go in. He playing Kentucky right now. That's his brother at Kentucky, number 0.
Yeah.
And he's 6'8" with bounce.
Well, that's a younger brother, right? It's a young brother.
Yeah.
Little brother, yeah.
Little brother, yep. And he had bounce. Like his dad had bounce, little Obi has bounce, and Jacob got more. Well, they argue about now who got more bounce. But that's here it is. I like to watch them argue about that because it reminds me of old times, had argued about it. I think if they stop trying to try to do what they see on Instagram and stuff like that and just let it be natural. Because think about it. What one dunk had power to it that made you go, okay?
None of them.
And Obi can do it.
Yeah,
but
he was doing a lot of
There's so much antics. Like if he just went up and windmilled it with 2 hands and dunked it with crazy power, as high as he get up,
like Dominique used to do.
Yeah, like Dominique did the same 5 dunks, but they just look crazy.
Yeah, and he used to throw it so hard, like.
And you remember still shaking while he let it go. And same thing with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan we can count him. He had 7 dunks. Maybe I'll say 5. Mm-hmm. But it just looked crazy. Like, cause it's just like the hang time, all that. Like, but that's the problem. And I think, if they stop playing and get the money back, like when they do the money, like, and to me, I would even consider doing, because I've been in so many dunk contests and I watch how bad they get quickly. I would do a dunk contest before the NBA dunk contest with all these YouTubers.
Yeah. The
winner of that dunk contest compete the next night in the NBA.
That'd be dope.
But you're gonna have tie leg because you don't get the benefit of not having tie leg because you ain't play a season. Right. So you have to dunk the night before, win that one, and then come in and go to NBA guys. Because at the end of the day, I told you before, the NBA, the stupid, like what's name made the best point ever. I don't know if you saw it. He said the reason why dunk contest ain't what it is no more because the superstars won't be in it, which is a true fact.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you had Michael Jordan got in dunk contest.
Yep.
How many got in it? LeBron still haven't got in one. He should have got one when he was younger.
When he's younger, yeah.
But because I think he'd have won it because it's the popularity of it and it helped submit his resume. And then same thing with Kobe. Kobe got in it early. He first came in when he was young, got out the way, won. And keep it the same thing with like Dwight Howard, all the high flyers, but you have to get in it. But now because social media and they make so much money elsewhere, they don't care about it no more.
Right.
It's like I'm just here not to get fined. And to me, that's where the game is falling short because the love of the game ain't there no more.
Yeah.
It's 100%. I told somebody the other day, they said, what do you think is different? Everybody making everything part of the business.
That's true.
You still have to remember, you're making it about business, but your customer ain't the one you're working for that's paying you.
That's true.
Your customer's the one that's seeing you. The customers that's seeing you is the one that see you say you're not going to do it because you're mad at the guy who's paying
you. Right.
But meanwhile, the guy that's paying you is getting the money from me to pay you, and you're not satisfying me.
I think if they up the money,
yep,
the superstars will get back in it.
Yeah, up the money and don't force it to be a charity.
Yeah, don't force it there. That's charity. Yeah,
just let them do what he do.
Get a check. Let them get their check. It's for them.
Get a check, and whatever they do with it. Like because now it's hard to say because in society everybody get mad. You force somebody to do what they want. You force somebody to do the work and then give it to somebody else. Let me choose who to go to.
Right.
And then if I choose to do it, if you want to say, hey, what are you gonna do with $1 million? I'm like, hey, my mom always wanted the house of her dreams. I'm gonna give it to her.
Right.
What you gonna say to that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Oh, I'm gonna take $500,000 and give it to the Boys and Girls Club to help raise me and get them a new gym, and the other $500 I'm gonna get to my wife and she can do what she want to do.
Right. Yeah. You're right.
You give them the option to do it. Like to me that makes it different, and it gives you some more pub because now everybody's trying to do what YouTubers do. But I know most of these guys, and they take a lot more time to do dunks.
Yeah.
So
They're crazy too. Them YouTubers is crazy.
Oh, I know 4 of them. I brought them out to do some mocap for us, and they'll tell you I'm hard on them. Look, I don't need you to take 10 times to do one dunk. I need you to get it done on the first time. We ain't doing Instagram videos.
Yeah.
I need you doing your first time. The second time, yeah, but your first time, your first or second time. This I gotta wait 10 times for the same. No, we because I'm harder because I grew up because they tell me the same thing. I only take 300 shots. I need to get 2 and out. And to me, that's what's making the dunk contest whack because these guys can't do what they trying to do. Like that's why when they jerked Aaron Gordon, it came back to bite him.
Mm-hmm.
They jerked him twice. I was at both of them dunk contests. And he said it. The last one, I was standing next to him and one of his boys. And he's like, I'm not coming back.
Yep. D Wade. D Wade fault.
But you ever D Wade said this shit, right? I'm not allowed to say nothing no more.
Yeah.
And Aaron Gordon is not in it because of that.
Yep. He should have, you're right. He should have won at least one of those.
Yep. The last one, he should have won.
Yeah.
It would, because, and my other thing is the way he dunk up, I tell you before, we get on all done. When you jump over somebody and you put your hand on their shoulder, it don't count.
Nah.
But because you don't understand how much a boost they get off of that.
Right.
Like Vince Carlin was jumping over people. They weren't touching them. But yeah, I'm hoping it gets better because I don't want to see it go away because everybody's so quick to just end something. Like, oh, it's bad, end it. No, it's bad because of this.
Yeah, and you can change up some things on it and make it better anyway.
I like the wheel. Remember the wheel they used to do? To spin it.
It was kind of that wheel was kind of whack. I mean, it had some good dunks on it though.
Yeah, I'm talking about put the good dunks on it.
Yeah,
like for the final round, they can do like a knockout style, spin the wheel, and y'all both gotta make this dunk.
Right.
That's because think about if we spin the wheel, I gotta go between my legs backwards, and I hit it crazy on the first one. That put a lot of pressure on you to make it.
You're right. Right.
When you do stuff like that, to me is more challenging. And now you go because dunking is about how high you can jump. Can you be creative?
Right.
It takes all the way of you trying to figure out a dunk at the game.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah.
Like, okay, you don't have a dunk, spin the wheel.
Yeah. You know what? For that, I believe that they probably should bring it back just to try it out and see. But get some guys in there though. You got to get the stars. That's important. Get them stars back.
What's my guy jump out the gym for Denver?
For Denver?
Not Aaron, the other skinny kid.
For Denver.
He used to play for Miami.
Oh, left hand.
Yeah, Damon. Is that Damon Jones? Is Damon Jones?
No, it's damn man, Miami's my squad too.
You know what I'm talking about though, right?
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. I'm about to look him up. He won that one year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like him. Like he ain't done nothing in the last couple of years, but he's been winning. Like, why not have him back in? Like those are guys, but they're not gonna get in because they're not making big money. But $1 million, you get a sponsor. Hey, how about this? Give a car up and 500,000.
Yeah, get a car. Yeah, give a car up for sure. They'll definitely do it.
Because you think about it, the NBA is about money. If you get Audi or somebody, hey, we want to give the Audi away for dunk hunt to get these superstars involved. But don't give out no Audi like the base model. Like,
Right. Don't be cheap with it. Don't be cheap with it.
Don't give out the Mercedes C-Class,
Yeah.
like have it kicked out, have it kitted out. And you can do that for both. You do that for the dunk contest and 3-point contest. Because I guarantee you put a nice ride. These dudes are getting like Cat winning a 3-point contest. To me was insulting because
you said it was insulting.
I said,
yo, I was rooting for Cat. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm happy for Cat. I'm talking about, but you got people talking about, the center's going to start hitting a whole bunch of threes. I'm like, oh God. Like, don't
really Cat really a power forward though. He's
He
not
power
really,
forward. Yeah, he is power forward.
but
Like, I laugh. I'm like, you got hit one of my dudes that play with me at 7 foot. They used to play with me. They texted me talking about, yeah, see, you didn't want to throw me the ball. I still won't. Like, you shoot a three, I'm subbing you out for a 6'5" dude. Like, I'm gonna say his name. My man Marty Eggerson can shoot a three, but he talking about, yeah, see, I tell you how Bates can do it. Look, nah, bro. Hit this screen, you roll your big butt to the basket. I'm put up in the air for you. Go get it, yo.
Play like Embiid. Embiid still, he shoot too, so but he not gonna get no 3-point contest ever.
But look, every year that he shot the ball outside from three, they all lost in the first round.
That's true.
Now he been playing with his back to the basket. They talking about almost giving him MVP. But if he go back to that outside stuff, because him and James Harden, because James Harden mentioned that walk move, you like, don't do what James Harden do, yo. That ain't why you been killing.
Yeah.
Go back to what you've been doing. Because I tell everybody, I think he could be the best player in the league, but he argued too much with trolls.
Yeah.
He's too sensitive, and he won't just dominate. He gotta talk junk the whole time. Like, destroy first, then talk.
They got some, Ja Morant, if he get in it, he closest thing to AI I seen.
You already said, right? You already said the rim ain't high enough.
Yeah, he said the rim ain't high enough. I said, ooh.
Hey, after that block, I believe him.
That's true. I mean, he went up and got that.
You saw his last dunk the other night?
Yeah, he dunked on a dude from San Antonio.
Yo, the great part, I watched it like 3 times in a row. Dude thought about jumping, but when Tommy took the step, Ja Morant midsection was here already. It was too late. He was like, dang it.
That was crazy, man. I was like, geez. We had 50 that night, I think, didn't he?
Yep.
52.
And I laughed because it reminded me of his team reminded me of the old Cleveland team. Remember LeBron was doing all the antics on the sidelines?
Mm-hmm.
They always talking about, they all got a pitch to my 5-3. Like, I said, but that builds confidence.
Yeah.
Every possession you play, and that's the part people don't get. Like, he's building a new culture to compete, and that's what AI did. Cause remember, they weren't good. I know that whole team, and I played with a couple of them guys. Like Eric Snow couldn't shoot the ball.
Eric Snow used to make me so mad, bro. I used to be like, I can hit that jump shot right there. He was a defensive guy.
But will lock you up.
Yeah, he'd lock you up for sure.
Darren McKee. Anything outside 3-point line, anything a foot outside 3-point line, Darren McKee would hit him. But on the 3-point line Darren McKee was money.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And you go down the line, yo.
Matt Geiger, he had Matt Geiger on his team. That team was and shout out to them. Let me say that because I ain't trying to talk about I ain't make it to the league. I didn't get tall enough. But listen, I always told my wife, I said, if I was 6'3", 6'4", you might not know me.
hey, stop trying to get cut in your house, yo.
Yeah, nah, for real.
You know what statement come after that, right? So what you trying to say?
Yeah, right. Right. I was like, I'm just playing, baby. I'm just playing.
I was joking. I ain't talking about. I mean, like, you wouldn't know me because you probably wouldn't like tall guys.
For sure, man. Like that's crazy. But like, so when I seen AI playing against, he would go, if Shaq was down there, he didn't care.
Yep.
Knock him to the ground, he get right back up. For real.
Nowadays, that's a foul, yo.
Yeah. I ain't call. Me and my friends, we play ball. We ain't call foul. Like, you hit me, but I'm gonna look at you like, is that ball or not? Okay, so you're not gonna give me the ball. Okay.
And they don't know how to do. They don't play that. I played pickup the other day outside for the first time since coronavirus, and I was more frustrated playing with these. I'm not even gonna say they was adults. I'm gonna just say they was young because they would act like babies.
They call ball real quick. That's a ball.
Man.
Ball.
A dude jumping to me and call foul.
Because he missed.
Yeah. I never moved. I didn't put my hand up because he wasn't good. I was just trying to get a sweat. I want to shoot around. They want to play 21.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I went to the hole one time and dude like try to like bump me, and I moved him out of the way and I laid the ball in. And he was like, "Oh, that can be offensive foul." Huh?
Yo. Hey, these
I
kids
almost
different.
left. I almost left. I'm like,
These
but
kids
I'm
different.
like, these dudes is from like 25 to like 30.
Yeah, they different.
I'm like, dudes got on hats. I had to tell one dude, I said, "Yo, you gotta take your hat off, yo."
Yeah, you can't hoop with your hat on, bro.
I said, if you poke me in the face, I'm gonna hit you with the ball. He's like, "Why would you do that?" I said, "Because you hit me in the face with a hat and it's gonna hurt." Like,
yeah, you can't play with your who hoops with that. I mean, they look maybe they was looking at White Man Can't Jump.
Oh, man.
Billy Hoyle had the hat on.
One dude had on headphones.
Nah, he didn't. Don't say that. See, it's different. See, that's why that make you not even want to go. Don't go to the park. If I see a dude hooping with like ear pods, it's
Yo, and you already know I'm silly. So my wife like, yo, because she walking by, she doing her little laps with my kid, and she see me playing. She like this. I said, so dude guarded me when he had his head pads on. He guarded me. I go to step and I step over him and stop. You can't hear me, so you don't know where I'm at. He turned around looking for me. I'm standing on the opposite side of him like this, and I just shoot it. I start walking to the deck. All the dudes is laughing. And he like, "What?" I'm like, "What?" I said, y'all lucky I got kids now, because I really would kick y'all off this court and let me just shoot around, yo. Let me shoot around by myself. Matter of fact, y'all rebound for me. Let me get 50 shots up and then I'm gonna just leave. Right?
Listen, man. This was definitely dope. I appreciate you coming on the podcast, man. We had a good talk. Talked about a lot of good things, man. Anything that you want to promote right now, like for people to watch out for?
I'm definitely just keep your eyes out. We got some stuff coming. And one mixtape crew is trying to put some stuff together. Check out headache13.org. My organization, which I go around, I do training. I help young kids get it and understand the difference. And I always public speak to young youth, because at the end of the day, if they don't know how to do it, we got to show them how. And that's one of my biggest things. And Headache 13 is called One Life, One Choice, One Time. And I tell everybody, you only got one life to live. You got one time to make the right choice. So, I try to push that. I push that really big with people, with young men, because they don't understand. We all know as Black men, when you make a mistake, it takes you almost 3 years to overcome that one mistake, because we don't get the second chance. So I really preach that to our young kids. Don't wait till later. But yeah, check out the website, hit me on Instagram. I'm always available to public speak. As long as I got time to do it, I'm always there. So I'm doing a lot of stuff in Orlando right now, just trying to help, because unfortunately this pandemic got a lot of kids jacked up, and just trying to get them back into the shape of just understanding that we got to put some work in. And you probably see it in Ohio too. So, like our kids really suffered from this pandemic, and it wasn't even about learning. It was just that laziness and that mentality, so now we got to get them back into moving again.
Word. You right, man. April 9th, I have something. If you're available, I'm having it's an event on Zoom, via Zoom. It's called The Man in the Mirror. I put it together. I have 3 speakers, and they're going to talk about mental health, fatherhood, and spiritual journey. And it'll be about 2 hours. We'll probably end before then, but I wanted to put it together for men as well as young men. So if you know any young men, I'll shoot you the info. If you know any young men that will hop on and be willing to listen to these guys. These guys are some great dudes, and they have a story to tell for sure.
Send me the flyer, and I'll put in a link with the bros too, King Movement, and I'll send it to all of them. But I also put you with the dude from Cleveland.
Okay.
So y'all can get caught up. And actually, one of my guys actually when it came with, you seen that the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Dancing Dads? They they dance at halftime. They call them the Dancing Dads.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
That's one of the guys from the movement actually danced. He danced with the Dancing Dads. So he do it for fun, and stuff like that. But they got a big thing out there in Cleveland. So I'll definitely put you with him.
Okay.
So you have a conversation, and definitely because there's a lot of good brothers that you can hook up with, in that area.
Word, I appreciate it.
That'd be dope. And then they got a lot of speakers too. We do a lot of stuff, but I also send you stuff for the stuff that's about to happen next weekend. And with Chris, because it's actually Chris Passard who started the whole movement.
Yeah.
So and he's on his faith, and he's truly about it. He's truly about building the kingdom of men and not hiding as a Christian. Mm-hmm. That's some of the biggest things they think. A lot of people think being a Christian is being soft, weak, meek, and it's really not about that.
Mm-hmm.
About walking that faith. And I tell people all the time, you don't have to force your faith on nobody. If you walk as an example, people ask you what you do different.
Word.
And I tell people all the time, because they be like, you're always smiling. I said, because if I lose my smile, then it's some trouble about to happen. Because
right. I said, you don't want to, if I'm smiling, that's good. That's a good thing.
I said, God made me smile every day when I wake up. My family's good. We eating, nothing wrong. And I just thank him and keep it moving.
Yep.
But I'm going
to tell you too, if you able to, Penn State is playing right now. They're playing Illinois.
Okay, I'll turn to you.
But also Miami and Brooklyn playing too. So
you can't.
Yo, hey, maybe on a commercial or something.
KD back tonight too.
Yeah, he is. That's why I got in Miami my squad. So I gotta.
You just thought about that too.
I'm sorry, cuz. I'll shoot back and forth. I'll switch back and forth and check him out. And it's a good game though. 30-29. Illinois is ranked 20. So but y'all might not have a Big Ten. I think it's on the Big Ten network. So I might not have it down there. So you.
Oh no, I got it because I got an app that I get all.
Okay, yeah. Just check it. Just check his game out. You know what I'm saying? It'd be dope if you could, I'm saying, if I could set something up where y'all can, you can work him out. Cause
we'll definitely do that. We'll find a way to get together, and especially down there. Because right now I'm working on some stuff now down here, trying to get my own stuff, facility stuff like that down here. So I'm trying to work on that.
Okay.
I'm just tired of dealing with people that don't have the best interest of youth in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
So we working on stuff like that because I would love to be able to have that where people just come show up and you can get. And it's free of charge, and the city paid for it because we all know it's funding out there.
Yeah, it is. You're right. 100%. Just gotta look for it for real. Do the research.
Yes, sir. Well, sure. Enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, and we'll definitely stay in touch.
For sure, we definitely stay in touch. I appreciate you, man. This was great. This was probably one of my favorite podcasts, bro. Because like I said, I followed you, so you know what I mean. I just I appreciate it.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's stay locked in.
All right, bro. Hey, y'all, this Happy Hour with Lito. We out.
Yes, sir.
Glasses in the air. Toast to a higher power. Cause what you tuning into right now is Lito's Happy Hour. Lito's Happy Hour, this is where it's at. Raw and uncut, we giving real facts. Educating, entertaining all the people. And when it comes to podcasts, it ain't nothing.